I would like to call upon Mr. Qasim Awan, Executive Director of TCS Holdings, to share his welcome speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Alexandra. Distinguished guests from the Chain Store Association of Pakistan, led by Rana Tariq Mehboob Saab, I welcome you to this conference. And also our chief guest, Suhail Jawad Saab from the State Bank. Pleasure to have you over here. आज अभी से तकरीबन कोई 11-12 घंटे पहले हमजा जो हैं हमजा मेरे दोस्त हैं, मेरे साबिक कॉलीग हैं. हमजा ऑल्सो मेरे उस्ताद भी रहते हैं काफ़ी अक्सर. एंड when he reminded me I was speaking this morning, I was about to have quite a frantic evening, which were my plans, and I didn't really know what to say, so I told him, look, I'm just going to speak here from my experience because I haven't really had anything prepared. The company I represent, of course, TCS, you would be familiar with it as a service provider to many of you as individuals or as a business. But TCS is also here as a retailer because almost all of you would be familiar, I'm sure, with our own express center presence throughout the country. So many of the issues and the challenges and the people in this hall are going through is also being experienced by TCS. Similar to a lot of retailers, we are also trying to understand the difference between offline and online retail. We are trying to understand how footfall should be directed towards outlets versus how that compares to the experience of interacting online or with an app. So, and I'm sure that these trends would be quite universal in the industry we're seeing right now. आजकल के ज़माने में, we're also very pleasant and privileged. We have guests from abroad as well and guests from Lahore as well. But given the fact that the majority of this hall would be from Karachi, I think हम Karachiites ने पिछले हफ्ते ही एक थोड़ा सा odd event experience किया होगा, in which we experienced rain at the end of November. And there were lots of jokes, and memes circulating on my WhatsApp and everything about why it was raining in November. And some of you would be familiar with the song as well, by Guns N' Roses. But I personally was slightly concerned when this happened because it touched upon a theme that I'm sure that everyone here is familiar with, and it's become an ever-growing theme in Pakistan, which is climate change. It is every year, with every passing month and every year, it's becoming more of a real issue that we have to contend with in terms of our business planning, in terms of our ability to forecast demand. If we look at the most basic level, for those of you, I'm sure there'd be some over here or into food retail, how would the melting of the glaciers in Pakistan affect a lot of the crops that you source from? How would the harvest pattern be different? We, for example, transport a lot of mangoes, and the mango season has been curtailed this year. How is that affecting your business planning and your financial planning, right? Punjab KPK में आजकल होली का season शुरू हुआ है. How does that affect the production plans and the ability to forecast where and when your customer base will require what in the store, right? This is something which is there at the most basic level, but I would also acknowledge that in every single threat or every single upending of traditional business models, there's also an opportunity, and I believe that those companies in this hall who embrace the threat from climate change it'll be a great time to be an entrepreneur, inshallah. In my experience, for example, there is during the floods of 2022. Obviously, we have a by air service as well, but for those customers who had selected the by road service, there was a significant blockage in the Sakhar, Multan, Rahim Yar Khan region because of the flooded highways, and we were not able to, get items, from that were going from south to north on time. How will we plan for that? And similarly speaking, how do these events affect your particular company, and what is being forecasted with you? Or everything that we will look at. पिछले साल जब मेरी team आई थी, TCS was the lead sponsor for the first of these conferences, of course, which happened in March 2022. और मेरे colleagues आज भी आए हुए हैं. This is a similar set of colleagues who came last time. They remarked on how nice it was to have, their entire client base and the retail ecosystem under one roof. So I would encourage all of you to network, and to come up with collaborations. This is, my personal belief is that, when you swap cards and you meet up for a coffee later on, for example, so there is far more creativity and, intelligent conversation that comes up over a coffee or a lunch, a casual setting, than it does over in the stuffy environment of a boardroom. So I would really encourage each of you to, swap as many business cards as usual. Yeah, and another one of the themes, and obviously we're glad to have Loic in the room as well, and I've had the pleasure of interacting with him already. One thing that almost everyone in this room also would be grappling with is the impact of digital transformation on our businesses. How to get it to best leverage with your customers, with your employees. One of the largest venture capital investors in the country, for example, was interacting with me recently, and he said that, Qasim, we have the best technology. It's so good that, it's really, really futuristic. But the problem is what? I said, Kya hua? He said, man, my customers don't know how to use my technology. My employees don't know how to use my technology. We've developed it, but my employees does not use it. And this is a very key theme that I believe that each of us would be talking about with the teams we lead and with the colleagues that we have in the room and in our offices, that are we digitally transforming to the extent that we are rolling out technologies that are appropriate for a European environment? Or do we have to roll out software jiski user friendliness hoti hai in a Pakistani environment, right? How much Urdu or regional languages are we adding onto our mobile apps? How much are we increasing the ability to interact with the users of that technology, rather than actually rolling out to them and getting them to just, talk about copy-paste? How are our IT teams communicating repeatedly with the users of that technology, whether it be your customers, whether it be your employees? How much is your IT team interacting with the users of the technology and constantly innovating based on that feedback? We basically we have a situation whereby obviously the IT professionals or IT graduates are digital natives, and but the people who are the users of that technology, especially the vast majority of Pakistan's population, are digital immigrants, right? So a digital native may write the technology or the software, but the digital immigrant would not be as familiar or as tech savvy with using what the digital native thinks is correct. So how do you merge these two, and how do you get them to interact in a manner whereby customized technologies are rolled out? This is a key question I'd like to leave for each of you today. Purchasing power of the population, I think that the economic problems over the last 18 to 24 months have also been a source of innovation. मेरी जो काफ़ी client base है, the sellers, for example, the e-commerce sellers who sell, a lot of them used to be importers. And now, because of the import crisis and the dollar problems and everything, a lot of them are becoming manufacturers instead. And from becoming manufacturers, they are looking to now export also from Pakistan. Some of them are making things as basic as wallets or women's purses. And it's very, very encouraging for me to see that the problems over the last 18 to 24 months have instead been converted into an opportunity by a lot of retailers. So I'm excited and delighted to have all of you here. And with that, I welcome all of you to this conference, and I hope that you will have fun and learn a lot today. Thank you.